in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to crochet the granny hexagon. Hello, my name's Karen Stangram and welcome to Conquer Crochet, the channel for tips, tricks and techniques for conquering your crochet. Everything I talk about in today's video will be linked in the descriptions below. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss a single stitch. So if you're keen to get going with this video, give me a thumbs up and let's do this. So for this hexagon tutorial I'm going to be using two different colours. These are the Stylecraft Arons and I'm using the colourway Lavender and Sage. You can use whichever colours you want, you can change colours on each round. I just want to show you how to do the basic stitch in one colour, then I'll show you how to do a colour change with the final round that I have here. Also going to be using a 5mm hook, which is the recommended size for using with the Aran yarn. I'm going to need a pair of scissors and I'm going to need my yarn needle for sewing in my ends. So I'm going to start off by making a slip knot. You can do this in whichever way you prefer. And I'm going to chain 4. So yarn over, pull through, that's 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'm now going to join that fourth one up to the first chain in order to make a circle. So we do that with the slip stitch, so we insert into that chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the loop on our hook, and we now have a nice circle that we can work with. So to start this round we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and this 3 chain throughout will act as a treble. So all the stitches we're going to make now we're going to do into the circle, and as I'm going I'm going to hide my tail so that I don't have to sew in the ends at the end. So we're going to make a treble, so yarn over, insert into the circle, yarn over, pull back through the circle, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook. So that's our first set of 2 trebles. So this 3 chain is counting as a treble. We're now going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to make another set of 2 trebles into the circle. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert into that circle, yarn over, pull through the circle, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's the second set. We're going to chain 2. Now we're going to make a third set, and because we're doing a hexagon, which is a 6-sided shape, we are going to have 6 sets. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and make a second one, and chain 2. So we now have 1, 2, 3 sets. Making the 4th set, making sure there's 2 chains between each set, so 1, 2 chains. Let's make our 5th set. And don't forget, you can rewind this video as many times as you want to see how we're doing this. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's chain 2 and do 1 last set. Now you can pull the stitches if you find that you're running out of space. Just pull those stitches around so you've got a bit more space. And we've got 1 treble and 2 trebles. Let's just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We do our 2 chain, and then we're going to join to that first 3 chain that we made, which I said at the beginning acts as a treble. So we're going to join to the 3rd chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, by inserting our hook and making a slip stitch. So you see now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 corners, okay, and we have 6 sides. So we're going to chain 3, which will count as a treble in this stitch here, in this space, but we need to work around this way, so we're going to chain 1 more to travel over these 2 trebles from the previous round. So we're going into a corner here. You can see there's a slightly so we're going to go into this corner and we're going to make 2 trebles, 1, 2, and we're going to chain 2. Then we're going to make 2 more trebles in the same space. So in our corner spaces we make 2 trebles, chain 2, 2 trebles. We're now going to travel over these 2 stitches here. So we're going to chain 1 to travel, and we're going into this next corner space, so we're going to do 2 trebles, 1, 2, we're going to chain 2, and we're going to do 2 more into that space. We're going to chain 1 because we're traveling over to here, and we're going to do 2 trebles, chain 2, and 2 more trebles in the same space. And we're traveling to this corner here, so we chain 1, and we're going to do 2 trebles in that next space, and we're going to chain 1 and 2 and 2 more trebles into that chain space, 1 treble, 2 trebles, going to travel, so we're going to chain 1, and we're going into this next space here, 1, 2, chain 2, 1 and 2, going to travel over these, so we're going to chain 1, and we're working into this next chain space here, so 2 trebles, chain 2. Now because we made this treble at the start of the round, and I said it was the treble for this space, we're only going to make 1 treble, and this 3 chain counts as our next treble, so we're going to slip stitch into the top of this treble, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to finish off here by yarning over and pulling through, and I'm going to snip off my yarn. So let's have a look. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 corners, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Good. We're on track for a hexagon. We haven't added any extra sides in. So now we're going to change colour. So as I said before, you could change colour after that first round, or you can change colour every 2 rounds, whichever you want to do. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to make a slip knot in my new colour, and I'm going to take my hook out. Now this is the space where we finished off, and it's on a side, so you can go into any of the side spaces, that's fine. Insert your hook, add your slip knot back onto your hook and tighten up as necessary. Pull the yarn back through and make a slip knot. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, which will count as our treble, and we're going to do another treble in that same chain space. Now when we're working on the sides, we only do 2 trebles. We don't do 2 trebles, chain 2 trebles, that's just for the corners. So we're going to travel over these stitches here, so we need to chain 1. Now we are going into a corner, so we can do 2 trebles. So 1, 2, and we chain 2, and we do 2 more trebles in this same space. 1 and 2. Now we're going to travel, so we chain 1, and we're going to make 2 crochets, so 2 trebles into this space here. 1 treble and 2 trebles. Then we're going to travel over these 2, so chain 1, back to a corner, so 2 trebles, chain 2, 2 trebles in the same space, in the same corner space, 1 and 2, chain 1 because we're going to travel, and we do 2 trebles in this side space here. So continue in the same way, doing 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles, chain 1 to travel, 2 trebles, chain 1 to travel, then back to the corner, 2 treble, 2 chain, 2 treble, and I'll meet you up when we get to the end of this round. We'll pause the video now. So I'm coming up to the end of my round, so I've done my 2 trebles in this corner, 2 chains, I'll do 2 more trebles, and I need to join up to this one, but I'm travelling first, so I must remember to do my 1 chain, then I'm going to join up to this 3 chain here, which acts as a treble, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to slip stitch into the top of this stitch here, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the one on my hook. So this is where I could finish off, and you could make lots of different hexagons. You could have different colours in the middle, so it looks like a nice little flower garden. It would look quite nice if we had the fondant pink in the circle there, and you can make a little patchwork with them. Or if you wanted to, you could carry on in the way that we're doing. So to do this, you would chain 3 as you would to act as your treble. That chain 3 would be part of this gap here. You then chain 1 to travel. You'd make 2 trebles in this stitch here, in this gap. Chain 1. Then when you get to the corner, you chain treble 2, chain 2, treble 2. So let's quickly recap what we've done. We started off with a slip knot and a chain 4, which we then joined to chain 1 to make the circle that's hidden underneath these stitches here. We then did our first row, which was a chain 3, then a treble, and 2 chains, 2 trebles, 2 chains, until we had 6 sets of the petal. That gives us the 6 corners that we need for the next round. The next round we chained 3, then we did 1 chain to travel over these, and we did 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles, 1 chain to travel, 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles, all the way around. And then on the next round, because we had sides to work with as well, we would have 2 trebles in the side, chain 1 to travel, corners as normal with 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles, 1 chain to travel over stitches, 2 trebles, 1 chain to travel over stitches, and then we're back to a corner. So that's just what you need to remember, is 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles in the corner, and when we're travelling over stitches to chain 1, and then there's 2 trebles in each of the sides. And as we go into the next round, you will have 2 gaps to work into, so there would be these 2 side gaps to work into between the 2 corners. So you don't need to worry too much, it's just your normal corner, chain 1, 2 trebles, chain 1, 2 trebles, chain 1, normal corner. And as the piece grows, if you wanted to keep making this bigger, you'll get more and more gaps in the side, which you just do 2 trebles, chain 1 in between them, and you do the corners in exactly the same way. I really hope you found today's tutorial useful. If there are any information that you need to find out about this video, have a look in the descriptions below where I post all the links to any freebies and other videos I think you might find useful. Don't forget, if you have enjoyed this video, to give me a thumbs up below. Don't forget also to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you've enjoyed it and you'd like to see more of my tutorial videos. There are 2 other videos on screen to help you on your crochet journey, and I will see you over there. Thank you so much for joining me on this one, and happy hooking!